Christina, first I want to apologize to all the fans who spent their money to see such a boring fight. Listen, I've been in this business 57 years promoting fights, and I truly have to say I have never seen a heavyweight fight as magnificent as this. And I am so proud of the man on my right. He showed heart, ability. He is truly a fighting man.
What kind of?
Bob.
Go
Thank you
ahead,
for the
yeah.
compliments.
I mean,
Really appreciate
sure,
it.
respond to that. I mean, this man who has been and seen it all, promoted the likes of Muhammad Ali, just giving you those compliments.
I'm absolutely humbled by Bob's words. Not a chance to look at the fight yet, but I anticipate it was a good fight. We were both down a few times, and it was edge of the seat stuff, Bob. Could have swung either way. But, you know, when it comes down to it, when I have to pull the chips out every time, I've delivered 33 times in a row, and I never let anyone down. I always give it me all, 100%. And I came into this fight tonight thinking, you can only do your best in life. And whatever's meant to be, whatever's destined, written in the stars for you will be. And that's it. I trained hard, I dedicated my life, and I got the victory tonight. And I just want to say thank you to God and thank you to all my team and all that. And it was a great time. But I've been home for 2 weeks out the last 6 months. I just had a little daughter born. I didn't have the best preparations in camp, but I don't make excuses. You know, I came here, I was fit as a fiddle, and I was strong as an ox. So it was what it was. But now I'm going to go home and regroup and spend some well-earned time with my kids and my wife. And that's that. But without this man sat next to me here, this Sugar Hill, the big dog, I wouldn't have knocked him out tonight. He was like to me, in 9, 10, and 11, he was like, get this beep out of here. Stop messing around. He was like, the big dog gets him out late. And he pushed me to knock him out. He really did.
I was going to say, just now before Tyson said it, Sugar Hill, what a trainer.
I mean, tremendous job tonight, Sugar.
You know, it's the genes. Sugar Hill has the right genes. Emmanuel Stewart, my dear friend, the late Emmanuel Stewart, the greatest trainer. Now his nephew. I mean, you really learned from Emmanuel.
Sugar, how would you describe what we witnessed tonight?
Say that one more time.
I know the echo makes it hard to hear. I know. How would you describe what we witnessed tonight?
I describe this this fight that just happened as probably, for me, like one of the most exciting fights in history, especially in the heavyweight division. And you have the two biggest men in boxing go at it like that, put each other down, give it everything they got. And I have to, give all the credit to Deontay Wilder and his team, Malik Scott for stepping in and pushing him to where he was able, pushing him to what he was able to do today. And he showed a lot of heart, a lot of change, and I give it up to them for that. And on the other hand, big dog Tyson Fury got off the porch, got out there, got the job done, and that's what really matters. It's all about winning, and of course I like knockouts. I get that from my uncle Emmanuel. That's everything that he taught me. I've been living with him like about 35 years of my life, so I learned as much as I could with him, and he's like a father to me, so I watched everything. And I'm thankful for having to learn from him. Also being a gentleman and being professional too. I got a lot of that from him, and it allows me to make new friends out here, and to be able to push Tyson, and to be able to make things exciting, just for boxing. With this fight that just happened, boxing is big and boxing is back. The heavyweight division is flourishing. Big time boxing, knockout time. Tyson Fury, big dog, Gypsy King. How about that, Shane?
Tyson, round 4, what was going through your mind after those 2 knockdowns?
Not a great deal. You go swimming and you're going to get wet. You mess with fire long enough, you'll get burned, I've had 3 fights with the biggest puncher in the history of my sport, in my division. And he caught me, he caught me twice in the 4th round. But I was never like thinking, oh, this is over. I was thinking, okay, good shot, but I will get you back in a minute. And I did. I was very conscious. Saw the ref go 3, 4, And I was always there, you know. He shook me, he put me down, and that's boxing. And it's life as well. It's not about how many times you get put down or how many times you lose or win. It's about how you can come back and keep getting back up and keep moving forward. Like Rocky said, you've got to keep moving forward and in a positive manner and keep fighting. Not just in a boxing fight, but in life in general, because nothing's ever going to be easy. If you want something that's very hard to get, you've got to sacrifice and dedicate and keep pushing no matter what. And never let anybody tell you you can't. Because tonight, again, time and time again, I show that it's very possible to achieve anything you ever want as long as you believe it in here.
Amen. And I know it's getting late, and I know you guys have a ton of questions over there, so we can turn it over now to the media. Everyone up here is available for questions. I see you back there.
Kevin Ioli from Yahoo Sports. This is for Tyson. Congratulations, Tyson.
Thank you.
I wonder where you look at your place in boxing history and heavyweight history as a 6'9", 277-pound guy. I can't imagine there's too many heavyweights in the history of the sport that would be able to deal with you. How do you see your place when you look at the whole history of boxing?
You know, I've always been one of these people who always says, like, I can never fight people from the past, so I'd never disrespect anybody. I can only beat whoever's in my era, and I've done that all my life. I don't like competing with other fighters from the past because it's fantasy and it's not reality. And I wouldn't like to disrespect any of the former champions, the long, long line of champions in the heavyweight, even from when heavyweights were like 185 pounds, right till today. I'd never disrespect any of them, and I respect the sport wholeheartedly. And let's just say I'm the lineal champion of my era, and I can only be the best of my day, and I've done that. I'm the best fighter in my era. I'm the generation fighter. I actually feel sorry for all these guys who's had to fight me, because I'm got in the dressing room at home. I'm not nervous. You know, it's a boxing fight to me. I feel sorry for them because they're fighting the fighter of the generation. That's for sure.
And, you know, Tyson, you follow the sport for a long time, so if you don't want to put your place in history, who are the heavyweights that you love the most and that you look at that you feel like stood above other guys?
You know, there's a long, long line of them, and they go right back to John L. Sullivan, Jack Dempsey, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Ken Norton, Joe Frazier, all these guys, the Klitschko brothers. There's been so many great champions. Even the guys from today like Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk and myself and everybody else, they're all good champions, but without sounding too sharp and clever, I place myself right on top of the pile. I believe that I could beat anyone in the history. Any man born, I believe I've got a really good chance in beating him. There was always a way of beating Tyson Fury, and I've always said it very, very clearly. Just got to knock me spark out, and if you can't do that, I'll win, and that's it. But like I say, I can only be the best of my era, and I'm definitely that.
Sean?
Tyson, congrats on winning one of the greatest fights of all time. What would you say were Deontay's effective adjustments and improvements tonight? What did he do better than the first two fights?
What was that again? Can you say that again? Because I didn't hear you.
There's a really bad echo.
Oh,
it's really hard
Tyson,
to hear.
congratulations on winning one of the greatest fights of all time. What would you say were Deontay's effective adjustments and improvements from the first two fights tonight? That made it...
Yeah, I got it at time. Yeah, he improved. He worked on his boxing and stuff. It was a different fight, you know. It was a much different fight from fight 2 and a much different fight from fight 1. He came in real heavy tonight, like 238 pounds, and I believe that helped him, and he was definitely hitting solid. But you know what? I thought that we fought it all out there, and all the allegations that they made towards me, like throughout the build-up of this fight, and we fought like two warriors in there, and I went over to shake his hand and say, well done, and he was like, no, I don't respect you. I was like, how can you say I've cheated when you know in your own heart and your full team knows that you just got beat fair and square? So it's just like, it's just a sore loser in boxing or what, but I'm sure he's not the first one and he won't be the last one. But I've acted like a gentleman throughout my career, and that's all I can do as a man.
Straight back here, Tyson. Dan Rayfield from The Ring magazine. You mentioned a few moments ago, you had mentioned Alexander Usyk, and I just wondered, I know the fight just ended, the great fight, but do you have any thoughts or desires in the future to face him for the Undisputed Championship, to get those other belts? I know you're the lineal champion, but he seems like the guy that you might want to fight next, or Joshua if he wins the rematch.
We'll see, you know. I've just earned a well-earned break from everything. Been away from my family for 6 months in total. Been home 2 weeks out of the last 6 months. So before I start thinking about fighting other men, I'm going to bask in this victory, because this tonight was one of my greatest wins. I got off the floor to do it, and you know, I'm the big dog in the division. I believe that probably one of the heaviest heavyweight champions in history tonight, 277 pounds. And you know, I was fit, I was strong in there, and I felt good. So yeah.